One of my favorite parts about games is definitely modding the game itself, and Project Zomboid has some amazing mods out there for anyone to use. I myself have been trying out a lot of different mods in my recent playthroughs, so I want to put together a list of mods that I think are pretty cool. One, since, well, channel name is Cool Kid Croc, so it fits the whole fucking theme. And two, I wanted to put together a list of mods you'll probably look at and say, "Oh man, no way, dude. That's cool as fuck, bro." Something like that, not just a generic list. So I wouldn't say any of these mods are like super game changing or anything. It'll keep the game kind of close to vanilla, but it'll add some things to be making you smile while you're in the world. If you like this type of content, remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And with that out of the way, let's get right into the list. Starting every Project Zomboid playthrough is the character creation screen. Right after you pick where you're going to be spawning and what traits you're going to have, you'll be making a character, and trying to make one that looks cool can be pretty difficult given the default hairstyles. So that's where Spongie's hair comes in, adding a total of 15 new hairstyles to the game. You can now look like the famous teen pop star Rick Grimes, or even Eren Yeager from One Piece. Oh my god, yeah, like, obviously I'm playing, like, I can't even say that seriously. The hairstyles added are pretty neat. They range with plenty of different styles, and seeing as the game does have multiplayer now, you're probably going to want to stand out from your fellow scumbag friends, so this is a great mod to have on any playthrough. Now, one of the things that did bother me when playing Project Zomboid is just how lonely the game can get on solo. With NPCs not in the game yet, the only people you're really going to hear are the demonic voices of a zombie. Now, if only there was a light-hearted, fun mod that added in funny voice lines, that's where Stop Right There comes in.
Stop right there, criminal scum!
This is a sound effect packed mod, and it is wicked. Stop Right There replaces the default panic noise when spotting a zombie into a random voice line from the Elder Scrolls Oblivion.
Let's get this over with. For the Empire! You're pathetic.
This makes playing the game so much fun. It's always a great funny breakup in between long sessions when you're scared by a zombie and you hear that line. There's almost nothing more immersive than hearing an Oblivion guard just scream, "Why won't you die?" This mod has definitely been making my recent playthroughs an absolute joy. But other than the zombies, there's lots of potential with the sound effects in Project Zomboid, and that's where the third mod comes in. Old school Runescape sound effects is one of the most big dick Chad mods you can play with. It changes different sounds in the game, for level up sounds to basic actions like smoking, into the old school RuneScape equivalent sound of them. I found this mod fits right into the game, as you don't really hear a lot of the sounds all too often, but when you do, it is like a nice little jingle. They all kind of fit the game too, as they do give that nostalgic feeling off if you've played RuneScape before, and with the top-down perspective of Project Zomboid, it's going to be bringing a lot of happy feeling. This is yet another mod that I highly recommend, and I hope that more sound effect mod packs do come out. Like, these are really fucking cool. Now, it's been a couple of months surviving the zombie apocalypse. You've slayed hundreds, if not thousands of zombies at this point, but still, whenever you do run into more than a few of them and they're chasing you in battle, your character still gets panicked. This is where Become Desensitized comes in. This mod makes the game much more immersive, as once your character hits a certain amount of zombie kills, they'll essentially gain a trait that makes them desensitized to becoming panicked from zombie crowds. The default is set to 500 to 2000 kills, but you can always change this when selecting your game options. Personally, I think after a while in a zombie apocalypse, you'd probably become a heartless killer that just didn't care anymore, and you wouldn't even be afraid of death while being eaten alive, like you probably wouldn't even care. So this mod does make a lot of sense, and adds something that's nice for progression in the game as well, as you do get later in the game and get more zombie kills, you might get this perk eventually. Now, going into the straight up gameplay changing mods, this one isn't a really big gameplay changing mod, but it is a pretty cool one. While one of the best traits in Project Zomboid is definitely Smoker, it's a free 4 points for your character, and you can't really die of smoking in Project Zomboid, but you can die from zombies, so this makes the trait pretty damn good. That's why for most playthroughs, it can be a real pain if you're stuck in a situation where you only have cigarettes, but you have yet to find a match or lighter. When first playing the game, I found myself in this situation, and one of the first things I tried to do was light the cigarette off of a stovetop. While that sounds ghetto as fuck, it works. Like, a smoker needs to do what they need to do to light a smoke. Like, you don't gotta be a genius to get a fucking cigarette lit, man. If I don't got a lighter, I'm doing everything from tampering with electronics or the power outlets to fucking rubbing sticks and stones together. I don't give a fuck. That's why this mod is a great one, and it allows you to do all these things easily. No longer will you be withdrawing from tobacco, sitting next to a campfire with a pack full of smokes in your hand, just wondering why you couldn't find a lighter. Just use common sense, geez. Fucking put the smoke near the fire. Now, transportation is also an important thing in Project Zomboid, and when traveling the city, it might not be your best interest to just be driving a loud vehicle through the main street. And while the game's still in early development, so a lot of alternative means of transportation aren't in the game yet, the Skateboard mod is another mod that could easily be passed along in an update eventually. The skateboard will spawn in locations such as children's bedrooms, a few different stores, school lockers, and you can find yourself a skateboard and then ride it all throughout the town however you please. It will use some stamina and cause fatigue after a long period of use, but the potential for this mod is very high. You're now fully able to roleplay as a punk emo skater kid with a hair mod and this. You imagine racing your friends or setting up like a ghetto skate park or like some ramps and stuff. The skateboard mod is definitely really cool and I suggest it 100%. Now, blood and dirt are always a huge problem, both in sex and in Project Zomboid. It's always a pain killing a few dozen zombies with your trusty melee weapon just to be covered head to toe in fucking gross shit. On top of this, you're fighting in the rain and dealing with shitty vision from the rain. You would figure that at least some stuff off of your clothes would end up getting washed off. That's why Rain Wash is a must-have mod. While not completely cleaning you off, it will clean you to about 20%. So given that you're at least outside in the rain for a prolonged period of time, you're probably not going to have a shower again in-game, as long as you're getting free showers with Mother Nature. It does add some more realism to the game, as of course your clothes wouldn't be completely clean if you just came home from fighting zombies in the rain, but at very least they wouldn't be drenched in blood, like completely soaked. It adds a little bit more realism to the game, as while your clothes definitely wouldn't be completely clean, they would at least be a little bit washed off from the outside rain, so I like this mod a lot for that reason. Now, I couldn't make this a cool list if I didn't add a weapon to the list, so of course I knew there was only one weapon in my mod list that was worth putting in this. That is of course Comically Large Spoon. You got this huge spoon, it's like almost the size of your character, and you swing it around to hit zombies with it. It's wicked, man. It's definitely not the best weapon, but it does add some of that Dead Rising type dark humor that a lot of players do enjoy. You're going to be having a lot more fun with what's lying around in the world, and to be fair, I do remember my own grandparents having these in their kitchen, and I'm sure we all know or have seen these ridiculous sized spoons as like a decoration piece or some bullshit in a kitchen. Meanwhile, no one can actually ever use them, as they're obsolete now that Andre the Giant died like decades ago. At least in Project Zomboid, Grandma's spoon will finally get some use by smacking it off some zombies until it snaps in half. And while the skateboard was pretty cool, the next vehicle I'm going to show you is a bit cooler. Check out the Ford GT40 MK1. No, that name is not the name of a Gundam, that is the name of the car. This is a car based off of a real-life car, and you're able to go super fast in it. You can just tell right from seeing it that it does pop out a little bit in-game, while also fitting in with a lot of other cars. Obviously just standing out, but it's an expensive, slim, smooth car. You're going to be having a great time the moment you get one of these in your playthrough. I mean, just as long as you don't crash it. And finally, I wanted to show you one of the coolest mods that I know, saving it for last, Autotsar tuning Atelier bus. Adding in a new recipe book with these buses, you'll be able to fully customize your bus to your heart's content. I mean, the game definitely lacks some vehicles constructed and modded to help, plow through the zombie hordes, so this mod will give you a lot more to accomplish in the game. You're going to be able to fully reinforce the door, the windows. You can add a roof rack for storage and toolboxes. All of this while also adding this bull bar like plow thing to the front of your bus, allowing you to drive straight through zombies without causing massive damage to your vehicle. This mod will definitely give you some serious badass Wastelander vibes as you attempt to put one together and finally get it working yourself. But there you go, those are 10 cool mods to use in Project Zomboid. Now I hope you enjoyed a few of these and end up putting them into your own game. I've been pretty addicted to the game recently myself, so if you enjoyed the video, feel free to check out my other videos. It helps me out a lot, and I got other Project Zomboid content on the way. If you want to see more videos specifically like this, or you want to leave some feedback, put it in the comments. Remember to like the video and subscribe as always. And I hope you all enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.